They say God helps those who help themselves. But what happens when someone keeps waiting for life to magically change? This is the story of a man who prayed for a miracle, but forgot to move his feet. Ethan was an ordinary man. Kind heart, big dreams, but one problem. He always waited for the right time. Every morning, he'd wake up and tell himself, maybe tomorrow things will change. Maybe someday life will give me a sign. He believed in miracles, but not in effort. He wanted success, but never started. He wanted happiness, but never worked on his habits. He wanted change, but feared the first step. Days turned into months, and months into years. He watched people around him grow. Friends got jobs, built businesses, learned new things. And Ethan, he stayed where he was, waiting for that perfect moment to begin. One evening, after another long day of nothing changing, Ethan sat on his old couch, head in his hands. He whispered, "Why is my life not moving? I keep praying, but nothing happens." His mother, who was standing nearby, smiled softly and said, "Maybe God did answer your prayer, Ethan. He gave you another sunrise, another chance. But you keep waiting for him to do what you were meant to do." Those words hit him, but he didn't say anything. He wanted to believe her, but deep inside, he still thought, "No, I need a sign. Something big, something clear." One rainy night, the power went out. Ethan lit a candle and stared at its flame. He started thinking, really thinking. He remembered every dream he once had, and every excuse he used to bury it. The candle's flame flickered, and he whispered, "Maybe I've been waiting for a miracle that was never coming." A few weeks later, Ethan's friend Mark visited him. Mark had just opened a small furniture shop. He said, "Ethan, I need a partner. I can handle the sales. You're good with designs. Let's do this together." Ethan hesitated. "Sounds good, but maybe later. I don't have the money or time right now." Mark smiled politely. "All right, maybe next time." And he left. That next time never came. A year later, Mark's shop had grown into a big business. People knew his name. And Ethan? He still sat on the same couch, wondering, why do others get lucky, but not me? Then something strange happened. He remembered a story his late father once told him. His father said, "Son, when a farmer plants seeds, he doesn't pray for fruits the next day. He waters the soil, protects it, and trusts the process. That's how miracles grow. Not overnight, but through effort." For the first time in years, Ethan understood what his father meant. He realized something powerful. He was the farmer, and his life was the field he had left unattended. The next morning, Ethan woke up early. No more waiting. He wrote down 3 words on a piece of paper. Start today anyway. He didn't have a big plan, just small steps. He started learning carpentry online, practiced design ideas on paper, watched tutorials late into the night. At first, it was hard. Nothing seemed to move fast, but for the first time, Ethan felt alive. Every small step gave him a new kind of energy, a quiet confidence. He wasn't waiting for miracles anymore. He was creating them. Months passed. Ethan built his first handmade table and shared its photo online. To his surprise, people loved it. Someone even placed an order.
That one order became 2, then 5, then 10. He rented a small space and turned it into a mini workshop. It wasn't easy. He made mistakes, lost money, and often felt tired. But every time he wanted to quit, he remembered his mother's words. Maybe God did answer your prayer. He gave you another sunrise. One day, Mark visited his workshop. He looked around and smiled. "Ethan, I'm proud of you. You finally stopped waiting." Ethan smiled back. "Yeah, turns out miracles don't come to those who wait, they come to those who work."
Years later, Ethan's small workshop had become a well-known furniture brand. He employed local craftsmen, taught young learners, and helped others start their journeys. Whenever people asked him, "Ethan, what was your miracle moment?" he'd laugh softly and say, "My miracle began the day I stopped asking for one." He learned that life isn't about waiting for the stars to align. It's about moving forward, even when they don't. Because every action, no matter how small, builds your destiny, piece by piece.
Maybe right now, you were waiting for something too. The right time, the right chance, the right sign to begin. But what if this very moment, is your sign? Don't wait for a miracle. Be your own miracle. Start small. Fail, learn, and move again. Because destiny isn't written by time. It's written by action. And your next step could be the one that changes everything. Every miracle begins with movement. So stop waiting and start walking toward your destiny.